is Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021, and I am going live tonight with Paper Pumpkin Alternatives. And I'm so happy that you can join me. But thank you for joining me tonight. I'm going to get started in just a second. It won't take me long. I'm going to show you what I've already done with the paper pumpkins. Let me make sure I'm muted. Yes. Okay, there we go. All righty. A little bit of a delay on that, but okay, so these are the ones I've already done, and these are the way Stampin' Up! Designed them, the way their designers designed them and made them to be. And so what I'm going to do is to do some alternatives tonight, and we will see how that goes. Before I do that though, and I will tell you a little bit about my process when I'm doing this. The very first thing I do is open the package, see what all's in there, and then I make them as they designed them. And as I do that, then I start getting ideas of other things that I can do in order to come up with alternatives that are mine. So before I do that though, I want to show you really quickly, every month I try to have an online card class, and this month I'm doing playing with patterns. You know what? It has been winter, for ages. I actually don't mind the winter because I live in Middle Georgia, and the coldest it gets is in the 20s at night maybe. So it's not so bad, and it's nice to have a little bit of a change of weather or whatever, have seasons so I can wear sweaters and all that. But the groundhog, I don't know if he saw a shadow or not, but I don't remember how that goes. You can tell me. You can comment and tell me. But I think he said 6 more weeks of winter back a few weeks ago. So I decided it's time to bring some color and some patterns and have a little fun in this winter weather. Although today you wouldn't think it was weather because it was like 72 in Middle Georgia. So my next online class is playing with patterns, and I'm going to show them to you really quickly. Beautiful, easy cards. I do 2 not the same but similar design, and then we do 6 all total. I actually use the cutouts, the Dandy Garden laser cutouts for these cards, and I absolutely love the way they came out. Between the playing with pattern designs, the colors and the patterns, and then the Dandy Garden laser cutouts, love it. So the last day to sign up for that is March 9th. And then just thought I would let you know, the last day for celebration is the 28th, which is Sunday. I think that's Sunday. Saturday. I think it's Saturday, actually. I don't remember. It's the 28th, whatever day that is. So if you haven't already purchased, you can, whether it's from me or whether it's from another demonstrator, although, I'd like to have you as my customer. But you get to earn free items. Every $50 you spend, you get to choose a level 1, or if you spend $100, you can choose 1 level 2 or 2 level 1s. And there's some fantastic things in here. I am actually going to play with some of the paper that's from it's going to be in the new annual catalog, and it became available to demonstrators. And if you sign up as a demonstrator between now and February 28th, and I would love to have you as one of mine, even if you're a discount shopper. I love discount shoppers. You can do that on my team. And you would get 5 packages of this new designer series paper that will become available to everyone in the annual catalog in May. But you get that for free. So if you don't already have a demonstrator, actually, here's the paper right here, and I will show it to you really quickly. Hey, KK. It's gorgeous patterns. I'm going to be using, look at that little plaid check, whatever it is. It's got like a little fleur-de-lis or flower or something on the other side. This is the Brights, I think. I showed you that one. Here's this pattern, and then this pattern on the other side. Gorgeous. As you can see, here's the Granny Apple Green. Gorgeous, gorgeous patterns. I am loving it. I finally played with it today. I've had so much stuff that I needed to work with and play with. I finally played with it today, and I am loving it. So anyway, so let's get started. I'm going to aim you down. Okay, So here are the 3 that I did according to the design for Stampin' Up and what they came up with. Okay, so you see the designs on the front. And on this brochure, it will tell you in the back what colors that you can use. So basic black, bumblebee, let me put my glasses on so I can actually see, just jade, Mary Merlot, mossy meadow, and rococo rose. In this package, you would get sequins and twine, a little Stampin' Spot of mossy meadow. You get a stamping pad or a thing of stamps. I use this. I'm not using it tonight to cut. I already use it. I'll use it in my first project. I'll just leave it at that. You get some of these gold panels here, glue dots. This is actually the same as the Storytime label, and you can use either side. And then I've already used this on this. These are actually stickers that you can pull off. It's in 3 languages. So you basically, English-speaking people have 3 thinking of yous, but they're gorgeous. The font is just amazing. And then you get this card to choose from, Rococo Rose, and then the Mary Merlot that has these cute little flowers. And I think this flower is actually in the Flowers and Fields Designer Series paper, which is a celebration paper. And then, of course, you have the envelopes. I'm not actually going to craft with the envelopes tonight, but you can see the insides, and you definitely could craft with them if you wanted to. You could take them apart and craft with them. I don't know. Maybe I was going to. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let me just get these out of the way. And then on the back of this, there's also 3 different designs that they have done alternatives for that you can also do. And I did want to show you this. The March paper pumpkin, inside of it's going to be, I think, mountains and sunshines, and they showed us kind of a glimpse of the things that will be in it. But as you can see, these are things of nature: clouds, mountains, stars, and sunshine. These are actually stencils. You'll get 4 stencils and a stamping sponge in the next paper pumpkin for free. So that is super fun. All right, so let's get started. And hopefully I can remember everything that I did today. Today, I'm just going to tell you, it was a frustrating day. So how was everybody else's day? Hopefully it ran a little smoother than mine did. But you know what? I'm okay. I am okay. I am not complaining. So what I did, I started out with this, and I had kind of had an idea of what I was going to do. So I stamped this. This is that stamp set, or the stamp that has, and it actually has stems with a bow on it. But as soon as I saw this, I saw the jar and the jar punch, and I'm like, oh, that's what I want to do with this. So what I'm going to do, actually, and I had started it, and I thought, you know what, this would be a good one to finish with people here so you can see how it goes. So this is a piece of Melon Mambo, 5.5 by 8.5. I'll go ahead and fold it. And I put a piece of basic black on top of it already. I was just kind of going with it and thinking, I think that would be really cute. And this is a piece of the Designer Series paper. That is it's for the different colors. You know how you have in color, brights, regals, and all of that. And each one of those has its own Designer Series paper. Well, that's what this is. Let me turn that over so that bright light doesn't blind you. And so this is the new stuff that we'll have available to us in May in the new annual catalog. So this is 3 3/4 by 5. And then I took a piece that was left when I cut the sides off of it, flipped it over, and put it across here. Okay. So what I want to happen, I need to breathe. You ever get to talking so much and you're just like, oh, I need to breathe. Hold on a minute so I can breathe. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and put it down in the bottom. I'm going to use my punch. I'm just going to punch that out like that. Okay. And I will go ahead, before I do that though, let me put that to the side. I'm going to take my piece here, and I'm going to take Coastal Cabana. Woo! that was almost an accident waiting to happen. These are the new blender brushes, and I love them, absolutely love them. So I'm going to take a little bit of the ink, and I want this to end up looking like water. Most of it is not going to show, but it is going to end up showing through here. So I'm just going to kind of just make it the color. I could have gone with the Coastal Cabana paper, but that would have just been a little bit too dark. And I really wanted it to look more like water. So that's what I did with that. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this right through here. Before I do that though, I'm going to peel off this little thing. So, and about the best way to do it is to come from the inside. And then we'll just make sure there's nothing in there. And then we're going to come through here like this. And that's going to fit in there perfectly. Well, Kim, I'm sorry that yours was frustrating and difficult as well. Some days are just like that, you know. So as you can imagine, I'm going to end up making this a shaker, because I just think that would look gorgeous. And I think these, I'm going to put a little bit of the pinky colored ones, a little bit of these goldish looking ones. I don't want them all over the place though, so let me pick them up really quickly. Now I had a diagonal Z-fold card that I worked on today, and I did the video, and I did it through QuickTime movie. And it was so frustrating in that I got about halfway through it, video clicked off. No, my paper didn't work right. So I went ahead and just shut it off, and these are sticking to me everywhere. So I shut it off, and I did what I needed to do for paper, came back, started it again, didn't realize it, but halfway, well, not even halfway, 6 seconds into it, which was not nearly halfway. Let me see if I can get that off my finger. 6 seconds into it, it stopped. So I go all the way to the end, and I create the entire rest of the card all the way to the end, and I finish it. This is crazy. They're sticking to my fingers. I finish it and then realize that when I go back, that none of it recorded. So before I finish the story, I'm just going to do a few of these little stems like this, just so it makes it look like the stems are there. So then I started over, which I actually didn't start it completely over. I'll show you. I took the hydrangea top off of the card, created it again, put it back on the card, and thought, oh, good, it's done. Nope, 6 seconds it recorded. 6 whole seconds. So then I'm like, okay, I'm not doing it all over again. And I explained in my video, well, apparently it didn't finish and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to recreate this, blah, blah, blah. And I did finish it. And what happens when I go to edit it? The first half of the movie, or the first half of the video, would not open, would not save, and would not open. Okay, so I just scratched the whole thing and said forget it. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to try to make sure, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to try to make sure that it's close to the top and like in the middle. And I did it. I did it pretty well too. Yay, yay, yay. So you will not be seeing a live video or a video from me tomorrow. Not going to happen. I lost the grace and I was like, I'm done. So, okay, so I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this. This is from that little stamp set, from the Paper Pumpkin stamp set. And to start out with, I used watercolor pencils. Yeah, watercolor pencils. And I used my blender pen and I kind of smeared it around and all that, but it just didn't have the depth to it. So I just added my Stampin' Blends, and I really like that now. The only things that I did with the Stamping Blends were the Coastal Cabana Bermuda Bay and the Melon Mambos. That's all I did, but I'm really happy with that. All right, so, and then I just fussy cut around it and I cut the stems off. On the stamp itself, there's actually a bow that you can color. I didn't end up doing that. Okay, so I'm just going to set that right there like that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put this on. It doesn't look finished, does it? It looks kind of funky right in there. I'm going to fix that. So get my glue. So the fact that I am actually talking with any kind of intelligence right now is pretty amazing, because it was a rough, frustrating afternoon. And I finally just said, forget it. I'll do this another day. Okay. Put this down. I love these colors. And I just thought it would be pretty to use the black, since you've got the black in there. I thought that would be really pretty. Okay. So then I am going to trim this off a little bit. And I probably should have wrapped it around before I stuck it in there. I didn't, but it's okay. It will work, I promise. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of, put a glue dot, because you know I'm like the glue dot queen. And I'm going to bring it around to this side. And I'm just going to kind of see if I can get that to go down to where it looks like it's down in the, wrapped around the lid. Okay, then I'm going to take a glue dot and put it on this side over here, like that. And then put it down like that, and then I'm just going to trim it. And then tuck it like that. As soon as I saw these flowers, I thought, oh, I got to use that little jar. That is going to be fantastic. And I have like 2 packages of the jars. I don't know how in the world I got 2 packages of them. But I thought, you know, I need to use those. I got ink all over my fingers from today. And I did wash my hands. I just didn't use the lava soap. Okay, so there's my bow. Okay, tighten it up. See, you can't even tell now. Isn't that fantastic? I love it. Okay, one more glue dot. Right there on top. And I don't know how well, I have mailed these before, and I think that when the recipient got it, that it was in good shape. It might be one that's better hand delivered, because those little jar things stick out a pretty good ways. But I'm pretty sure that it got delivered well. Okay. Hey, Carol. Thank you. I'm loving it too. Okay, so let me, let's see, I grabbed this. You know, I don't know if I'm even going to put anything on there. I think I might just not put anything on there. If I do, I may later put a little hello. It's so pretty. I don't really know that it really needs too much. I really like it though. It's very pretty. So I'm going to put that to the side, and we'll move on. And you know what? This, I could actually put a Whisper white piece or basic white piece in there, and I could actually put my jar right there and even maybe have words coming out of it. I don't know. Super cute though. I really like that. Okay, so my next project is we're going to use some of this fun stuff. And it was messy, but fun. Okay, let me get all my stuff out. Okay, so I haven't actually done this, so it could go really right, or it could go, who knows. I'm just going to put a little, I wanted to show this to you. When you open and put this stuff out, it swells. and it just kind of grabs onto everything. So I just thought I would open it and show you. I'm not going to put the entire thing in there because I don't want it to go everywhere. And it's on back order right now, and I am actually going to be sharing some of this with my team for my team meeting the first Sunday in March. But I wanted to use some of this tonight. So this is one of the things that you get in the paper pumpkin. So I'm going to take the tearing tape, and I'm just going to line around the inside. As you can see, there's a perimeter of this really pretty gold embossed stuff with leaves. I'm just going to do it like this. I'm going to put it on each side first, and I'll tell you in a second why I'm doing this. I practiced it on a little piece of paper and decided that I needed to do something just a little different. So I'm going to take these off like this first. I didn't let them overlap, and I ended up with a small gap when I did it where the gilded leafing didn't want to stick. So let me get this going here. Like this. Sorry, I'm having to think. I can't talk. I didn't want to put this on top of the other paper because then I would have trouble getting the paper up. But I wanted it to overlap because I wanted to make sure that it was good and secure in all of those places. Okay, so now I'll take this up. And that's my trick. I always kind of go like that before I pull it up, and then I make sure it does go up. Okay. Come on. I don't want to lift my tape up too. Okay, there we go. All right, and this is a trick that I found helped me today when I was doing this. I'm thinking I might need some more of the stuff on the, I think I might need some more of that putty. I need to put a new putty thing. So I used my little putty thing and I place it, because the thing about this is that it wants to stick on your fingers and it doesn't want to come off. Kind of like those sequins we're doing a second ago. You know how those sequins kind of wanted to just keep hanging onto my finger? That's kind of what was happening when I was trying to do this earlier today. So I just used this little putty thing to kind of help put it where I want it to go. And it seems to work. This is a really quick way to do this without having to use that powder, that heat and stick powder, or without having to use your heat gun. Just use your tearing tape. And it looks really messy right now, but it will clean up and it'll look nice. When we moved here, January 2018, I think, we downsized. I had a basement full of craft, C-R-A-F-T stuff at the other house. We don't have a basement here, and we downsized to about half the size. Our other house was about 4,400 square feet, including our filled-in, completed basement, and it was just too much house for two people. So we downsized to about 2,000, and I just can't have all the stuff that I had before. Well, I had a ton of paints. I love to paint. I cannot find my paints anywhere, which is where my paintbrushes, my small paintbrushes are, and they say that that is the best way to kind of get these off is to use a paintbrush. Well, I don't have a paintbrush. So I am going to make it work regardless. That's a big piece, isn't it? I thought I needed quite that much. Pull some of that away and use it down here. Have you guys used this yet? Am I out of focus? Oh, poo. Okay. Let's see. I'm glad I looked up. Hopefully that fixed it. Give me a second. There we go. That fixed it. Okay, good. All right, so thank you for telling me that. That's so frustrating. And with the delay between the camera and Facebook, it it takes me a minute before I see it. So I'm glad you said something. Thankfully, I get your notices. Okay. All right. So let me close this up. Just kind of put it to the side. Okay. So then I just use my fingers. And I'm going to have a little bit of a mess. I on purpose did not vacuum today, which if you could see my studio floor, it's a mess, a real mess. Look how pretty that is though. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm not usually a foo-foo kind of girl with the gold and all that kind of stuff, but the laser, the gold cut stuff with the forever greenery, love those. Love this. So pretty. No, I wasn't a huge fan of that doily either, but I'm going to show you something I did today that it made me a fan. It really did make me a fan. All right, so let me see if I can just kind of tidy that up. And I got little pieces of gold flying everywhere. Okay. Let's just see if I can get this out of the way really quickly. I'm glittering. I've got my ceiling fan going, so you can imagine I'm going to have gold everywhere. Okay. All right, so if I'm being honest, I'm not crazy about this pattern, okay? So I thought, let me cover it. Now I like it. I don't mind it at all like that, actually, because I don't know, it just doesn't look, it doesn't look as quality to me as most of Stampin' Up's papers, okay? I'm just going to say it. And hopefully Stampin' Up's not hearing me, or maybe it would be a good thing if they did. I don't know. But I just thought this is going to be super pretty. I'm going to take this little bouquet right here, pop it out. I'm just going to put it right across there. And it's going to be so pretty. Okay, now with this foam stuff, you don't want to put it down until you don't want to just glue it anywhere. I have seen them use glue dots on the corners, and I'm going to do that on each of these corners. So let me get my little take your pick thing, and I'm going to put them in each one of the corners here, like that. Okay. Because as you know with the vellum, if you put glue under it, you need to do it in an inconspicuous spot. Ah, I love that. I love that gold leafing. It's so pretty on it. Love it. Okay. Now I'm going to put some dimensionals on here. This is a big bouquet. And I guess the whole set was kind of geared around this bouquet. Bouquet of hope. Bouquet, I don't know. When I say bouquet, it makes me think of Keeping Up Appearances. It's an English show that my favorite aunt would watch. And the lady's name was Bucket, Bucket. And she liked to put on appearances and like airs, like she wanted to. I think her husband was a blue collar worker, but she liked to put on airs like she was something extra special. So she always kind of talked like this. And she would say, when she would answer the phone, she would say, Bouquet residence, even though her last name was actually spelled Bucket. And every time I watch it, I crack up laughing and thinking of my sweet aunt. Okay, isn't that pretty? I feel like it needs something right here that's going to anchor it with the gold. So I'm going to use this. I'm just going to do just a little bow. I might double it up actually. And I don't remember where this comes from. It's actually in the annual catalog, if you can remember. go ahead and put it in the comment. I said this earlier, and I'm not sure if you were on at that time, but if you share my live as it's on tonight, if you share it on your page, Mark shared that you shared it, and then okay, hold on. Mark shared, and then tell me on the page where you're from, and your name will go in a drawing. Okay, there we go. Glued up. Mrs. Bouquet, Bouquet residence. I might be a little slap happy after my day. Better that than the alternative, right? There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought I brought my, oh, yeah. Okay. I also brought my Wink of Stella. So I'm just going to kind of go around this to bring a little bit of extra. I think I'm about out of this one. Little bit extra shine to these flowers, which kind of ratchets up the look of those flowers a little bit. And then I will stamp in, I think all I have over here is Rococo Rose at the moment. That might be a little too light. Let's see. And I will use this. And what did I do with my stamp? Here it is. It might be better to do it in black. What do you think? Should I, maybe Rococo Rose will work. Let's see. I'll try it with both if I don't like the way this looks. I think this is going to be good. Thank you, Carol, for sharing. Yes, it is from the Forever Greenery. I think you're right. I think it is from the Forever Greenery bundle. Okay, bringing in my little mini trimmer. I wish that they would bring this back and actually have it in the catalog, because this thing is absolutely amazing. I love it. I use it all the time. I even, like, whenever I'm cutting card kits, I'll do my 5.5 by 8.5, or not 5.5 by 8.5. I'll do the 5 1/4, you know, like when I'm doing white for the inside or whatever. And then I'll cut it like the 4-inch on here, just to save the blade on my other cutter. Okay, I think I'm going to just do the edges like this. Carol, what's the weather like in Connecticut right now? Yeah, that cuts the bluntness of it. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now I'm going to use this. It was an absolutely gorgeous day here today. It really made me want to go out and work in my garden. I did container gardens last year, and right now it is a hot mess. Most of my herbs ended up freezing this year because I didn't go out and do anything with them. I didn't, you know, and let me tell you something. What would really set this off would be if I had done that in gold embossing powder. That would really set it off and make it gorgeous. That's so pretty. Would I be doing too much if I added some of the gilded gems? Would that be too much? I think it might be. What do you think? It rained and it's damp. Girl, it rained here for 2 weeks. We had one day in between that it wasn't just an absolute downpour. I don't know. I think I might like it like this. Maybe I'll do it like that. That's a pretty card. I really like that. I'm happy with it. And I love this gilded stuff. That's really cool. Okay, next one. This is going to be 2 in 1. Carol says, pray for my husband. He fell skiing yesterday and dislocated his elbow. Oh, that's horrible. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yes, we'll definitely keep him in my prayers. Okay, so I showed you that this is one of the cards that you get in the, I'm looking for my phone folder, that you get in the kit. Love the stripe, love the colors. It is just jade, and it doesn't say that Pool Party is one of the colors, but it matches it. It matches that in there better than Coastal Cabana, in my opinion. So I'm going to bring my little mini trimmer out again, and I'm going to trim off 2 inches, and I'm going to make this a fun fold. It's going to be a fancy fold, actually. So there goes my 2 inches. Okay, I'm going to set this aside because I'm going to make this other one. No, I'm going to make this one first. You know, I can change my mind if I want to. I'm a woman, right? Okay, and this is what I'm going to do with it. I cut this out using the ornate dies. There are some that have flowers, I think, and then there's the frames. That's what this is from. And I'm trying to remember. I think I was going to put one of these on there for this one. It makes it super easy to just throw that on there. It's very pretty. Seems a little large, but I think it'll be pretty on there. And it's really not going to cause me to do a whole lot of work with it. It's very, very pretty. Okay. All right, and let's see, did I want to do that? Let's see. I'm using Happy Thoughts, some of the phrasing from Happy Thoughts, and I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to stamp it directly on here because I think it's going to be too much if I add this to it like that. So I think I'm just going to stamp Happy Birthday right there on the bottom. This is Pool Party. I'm going to use Just Jade. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I will get it on and it be pretty. I really want to stick my head over it right about now. It's pretty good. It moved a little bit, but it's okay. It's handmade, not Hallmark, right? Okay. I am so glad I learned this trick. Come on. That way I don't have the little things flying around all over the place either. Okay. Super, super easy. Okay, let's see. Do I want to use dimensionals? Or do I want to glue it on? I think I'm going to just glue it on. And I'm going to hold my finger about where it needs to stop. So, you know what? Let's just do this. I'll use my Stamp and Seal. Okay. There's definitely a learning curve to that. When I first started using it, let's see. I'm going to try to line this up to where it's right before you get to that little thing. And really, I mean, I can put some pretties on it, but it really doesn't need much more, I think. That is a super, super easy card to make, don't you think? And pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm just going to use the small ones because the larger ones are just really big. There. Now, I probably could have, yeah, I can do this too. I can put, to tie this all in. That's it. That's the end of it. Hopefully I can get a nice bow out of this. Let's see. I'm going to double it up. I have to remember when I'm doing this that that loop down there gets cut. Okay, just stick it through like that. It looks weird having all those loops on there, doesn't it? Okay, there we go. That's getting it. Okay, that's looking more like a bow. Now, glue dot, of course. And I'm going to kind of roll it up because that's a small center there. Talking about having moved here and not being able to find things, I have a keyboard. My husband's office it also goes as a music room. He has probably 5 guitars on the wall. And then he has drums and he has his office and all that. He has my keyboard, my piano keyboard in there. Haven't been able to use it the entire time we've lived here because I haven't been able to find the pedal or the electric plug. Found it today looking for my painting stuff. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I'm pretty excited about that. I am actually going to be playing around on my keyboard. My husband leaves soon for a trip, and I'm going to play my piano while he's gone in his office. So that will be fun. This is Pool Party, and it's 4 by 5 1/4. This is that piece of 2-inch cut. I'm going to trim it down to be, I think I'm going to trim it. This is 5.5 inches off. I think I'm going to trim off about 3/4 of an inch. Now let's see. Let's see where that takes us. Perfect. Okay. Then I am going to use this one because I'm going to use some of these flowers right here. But before I glue this down, I'm going to use Coastal Cabana, no, Pool Party, and Just Jade. Let me get this out of the way before there's a disaster that happens. And in that little stamp set is 3 little flowers. So I'm just going to kind of do some flowers here and there. I feel like I do a lot of stamping or a lot of these alternative cards using a strip of the paper. But I love that design so much. So I'm not apologizing for it. I just like it. And I probably should have done this so that it would be off the page before I actually glued it down. But if I'm being honest, I forgot. Okay, there we go. Carol, you play the flute and your husband plays guitar? Gave your keyboard to your daughter? Yeah, I've played the piano since I was 5. Took lessons for 10 years, and I was worship leader for 20, I guess, as an adult. I haven't led worship as a staff person for the last, or even, I don't think I can count the number of times on one hand that I've actually led in the last 10 years. I'm okay with that. I feel like I've, like he's moved me to other things, you know. This is a little piece that's part of the kit. I'm just going to add that right there just so I can have a little extra color. Let me stamp my sentiment, which is going on one of those little things, if I can find it. Here it is right here. And I'm going to do happy birthday on this one as well. Okay, hold on a second. I should have brought my little cleaner pad thing over here. Chamois. And I forgot, so it's okay. This is provided in the kit as well. I just flipped it over because I didn't want the black on there. So then I'll probably put that right in there. There we go. Yeah, my husband plays the drums, the guitar, um, bass guitar, trumpet. My grandson plays the trombone. He's amazing. He's so good at it. We're actually going Thursday night to his jazz band concert. I'm so glad they're allowing people to go. Okay, so I'll pop these up as well. And let's see. I brought in 3 different ribbons. I think this is too much jade. I'll either use that one or the white twine that comes from the snail mail. What do you guys think? You probably don't know because you don't know where I'm going with this yet, right? Maybe I should finish my card and then we'll see. I might have gone overkill on those dimensionals on that, which in this kit, they supplied me with a whole package of them, which is nice. Kind of excited about next month's with the stencil and all of that. That'll be fun. Okay, let's see how I want to. I think I'll go like that. I may not even need the ribbon on it. Doing it like this. Yeah, I'll just kind of do it like that. I love these colors in it though. It's so pretty. I don't know. I feel like maybe I need a knot. You really love this card? Thank you, Carol. I'm really loving the way it's turning out too. You know, I don't do these ahead of time. I just kind of get an idea, and then I always hope it comes out. I always hope it translates. You know what I'm saying? I might have something in my mind, but it might not always translate the way it is in my mind. So I think that'll be good. So I'm going to do it like this. Just going to be a little knot. Ooh, that's cute. Cute, cute, cute. I like it. Yeah, I really like it. Okay. Well, there you go. Okay, so here are my cards for those who didn't pop in at the beginning. This is the first one I did. No, this is the first one I did. I used my pencils, watercolor pencils, and some of the, I don't know, it looks like it might need a bow right up in there too. Oh, there, that works. Just put it across the top like that. Perfect. Okay, but I love that. It's so fun. This is probably going to be a hello or a birthday card. I love the little, that's just so fun. And it turned out pretty well just drawing those little stems in there. So then I did this one where I used the gilded leafing and tear and tape. Love that. And then these two. Okay. Love this one. I really, really love that one. And then I'll show you this. This is the one I was telling you about that it made me change the way I felt about the doily. I was not, this, it's all right. This, stunning. I used some of that gold twine or whatever that stuff is under it. I embossed this in gold. This is one of those little things that was provided in the kit. I love, this may be my favorite card of all of them. Really, really like this one. So, okay. All right. So I hope you guys have a good night. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I am loving these cards. Loving, loving, loving. And I only went away from the products that they provide fully away one time. And even then I just used the stamp set. So, but you know, there's only so many of the, I'm sorry for your loss and my thoughts are with you and all of that kind of stuff, you know, that there's only so many of those that you need. And I really like happy cards. So I wanted to be able to make birthdays and thinking of yous and thank you or whatever, and then be cheerful and happy. So anyway, there you go. That is it. Don't forget, there we have until the 28th, what, 5 more days until celebration is over. So make sure you get your purchases done. And I also, if you're interested in my online card class, let me know. I think I showed it at the beginning, but here you go. It's playing with patterns, and I'm using the Dandy Garden laser cuts with it, and I love it. It's $20, and the last day to sign up is March 9th. All right, that's it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.